So we have a workout today that involves really just two pieces of equipment and maybe only one, but we'll see how that works. We'll start out here with a PVC pipe pass-throughs. And after you get a couple of those, go with a wide stance and a set of PVC pipe around the world.
Around the world, Mr. Doll.
I'll suggest probably 3 in each direction. And then switch other direction for a set of 3. So some of the knowns about the workout: Turkish get-ups and kettlebell swings. We know the time duration for your Turkish get-ups are going to be 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. So far, we don't know what the loading you'll use. We don't know yet how many repetitions you'll get, but you're shooting for about 1 rep every 20 or 30 seconds in round 1. Now let's leave the legs wide outside, put the PVC pipe up overhead. I'm going to try and keep it perfectly horizontal. I can tell by the way it lines up with the screen. Now I'm going to take about 5 repetitions on each side, working to keep the PVC pipe horizontal. It does nothing for shoulder mobility if we allow the PVC pipe to swing around like that. And because we want in the Turkish get-up the shoulder stability, also take a look at, keep your eyes on your thumb or on the ceiling. So with the kettlebell swings, the known is the maximum number you're allowed to get unbroken. And you're going to shoot for 75 in round 1, 60 in round 2, and 45 in round 3. There are a grand total of 180 swings. Now that's a big clump. And while I know that there will be somebody who gets all of them unbroken, it'll be tough. 180 swings in just 3 sets. Let's put the PVC pipe on the shoulders, back squat position, snatch grip, and leave the bar there. As you drop underneath it, lock it out and stand, right? Drop underneath, elbows lock, maybe a little pause right in that position and stand. If you can see from the side, I'm going to try and leave that PVC pipe right over those shoulder blades. And I'm going to get 3 more repetitions in here. Loading. Loading will be interesting. Some of you will be limited in loading simply by the fact that you have only 1 kettlebell or 1 dumbbell. Some of you have a couple of things to rotate through, and that'll be nice just because it's nice to be able to warm up with something light and warm up into something a little bit heavier. Let's take the PVC pipe back up overhead and go for a set of step lunges. I know you did a few step lunges yesterday. We're going to try to warm up the glutes and hamstrings to get you over some of the soreness that you might be feeling. And then go ahead and lie down on your back, and we're going to get a set of glute bridges in. So we'll go for the standard, what we typically do with glute bridges are lying on the ground, both heels pressing to the ground, hips to the ceiling and squeeze, 2, 3, back down, and we'll get 5 repetitions warming up the glutes and the hamstrings.
So fun. You're so fun.
So 5 repetitions with both feet on the ground, and then we'll move over with 3 repetitions pushing through 1 foot. And then while you're lying on your back, after your 5, 3, and 3, let's go for a set of iron cross, knee to chest, twist and touch. Trying to keep your palm to your hand, and also trying to keep your shoulders on the ground. The more you can pin your upper body to the ground, the twist, the more opening you'll get in the lower back, in the hip. We'll go for about 10 iron crosses, 5 on each side. We're coming back up to standing. Watch out there, man. Watch out there. And then once you get your iron crosses in, move over to a pull-up bar if you've got one, and just hang. What you'll do if you don't have a pull-up bar is you can do one of two things. I like to do this movement with an actual barbell instead of a PVC pipe. I'll show you what it's like with the PVC pipe. You'll put your left one arm high, one arm low, and drop it into what would be right in an overhead position. And if you don't have a barbell, that's fine if you don't. You don't need to drag it out. You can do the same thing by holding onto the doorway in this position. And the whole idea here is that you're opening the lat and the side of your body on the top side. With the pull-up bar, we can accomplish that by hanging on one arm and opening the side. We get to that a little easier from this position on the pull-up bar, but you can accomplish it through PVC pipe, barbell, or doorway. And continue either hunting out a place to do that or actually doing that somewhere around the house. And it's good that I see only like 2 of you. That means you guys went somewhere else to find a spot to do it. And as you come back together towards the group, you can get this right over left, left over right, shoulder swings. And you can alternate for some big reverse circles. Get 5 on each side, and we'll go through that twice. So working on some shoulder circulation. Blood flow, just range of motion before getting in your first set of Turkish get-ups. And that first set today is going to be with no loading, right? We can go with hand up overhead. I'm going to put my left hand up, step back with my right, and I'm going to get a couple of Turkish get-ups, completely unloaded. And for right now, I'm going to go from standing to ground. Standing. And since I've got a light kettlebell, I'm going to do the exact same thing with my light kettlebell. If you have something light, then go ahead and Turkish get down. Get up that light object. Just get in a couple of repetitions with something light. If you don't have something heavy, don't move. Don't, as they do not move to the heavy object quite yet. So I'd like everyone to go through the range of motion of 3 Turkish get-ups on each side. Damn it. And then we're going to drill some positioning a couple of times before we go anywhere else. Hi, Jordan.
Hi.
Is it 90 degrees there yet?
What?
Is it 90 degrees there yet?
No. Yesterday was brutal. It was like 97. It was hot. But
it won't last. Or it will. Yes, it will. It'll last until September 15th. I just put everyone on mute right now for a second. That's good. Looks like most of you have either a light something or other. And I'm going to put myself back on to the big view here. And I'm not going to watch you because I want you to watch me as you move through this. I want to take about a 5-step from down to standing. And we're going to pause for about 5 seconds in each of the critical positions. And each one of these pauses is a location where you can find a bit of stability and take a quick break before moving through into the next rep. So let's go ahead and lie down on your back. Let's go with left hand up overhead to start with, just so that I can call out left and right, and yours will be the same. So what we'll do first is push through the left foot and come all the way up onto the right hand. The right hip is still on the ground. So here's 1, right? Let's get into position 2, which brings the hips up off the ground. The left hip is pressing towards the ceiling, and we're paused. That's 2. Position 3, drag the leg through and hold. This is where we're a long pillar. This is 3. Shift the left foot towards the middle and come up to kneeling. This is 4. And then the next movement is belly tight and come up to standing. That's 5. So we're at 5. Kneel back to 4. Down to the pillar is 3. Step to the left, bring the foot under the bridge is 2. The hip is on the ground. And now we'll go all the way back down to rest. Switch hands, which you probably don't have anything in your hand, so that's fine. So we're holding here. And up to the hand is 1. High hip is 2. Leg under the bridge is 3. Pause, right? We're holding 5 seconds each. Shift the right foot, come up to kneeling is 4. Belly tight and come up to standing is 5. Ready, reverse, down to 1 knee is 4. Into pillar is 3. Left leg through down to the left hip is 2. And all the way back down to beginning. Now you've noticed that on the way down, total rest. On the way down, really we only have 4 positions. On the way up, including the top, we've got 5. So if you've got an object that weighs something a little bit more, then let's go for that. We're going to work through each of the positions, holding for 5 seconds, bracing. We'll go for 1 on the left arm and 1 on the right. So go ahead and grab your objects, put it up overhead, and we're in ready position. I'm going to wait for 5 seconds here. Now find your point of focus, whether it's your left thumb or a spot on the ceiling, and I want you to hold that point of focus the entire time here. All right, here we go. Ready, go. Up to the right hand is 1. Hip to the ceiling is 2. Drag that right leg under the bridge is 3. Pause in pillar position. Shift the left foot forward and come up to the kneel is 4. Belly tight, drive through the right foot onto your left foot is position 5. Left hand's up overhead, right? Point of focus on the ceiling, step back with your right is 1. Pause. Pillar. Pause. 5 seconds in each position. Bring that right leg through and you can come right down to the right hip to pause. And then go all the way down to the beginning. Switch arms. Let's hold each position for 5 seconds. Again, the point of focus on the ceiling. Left arm out to the side. Push through the right foot. Up to the left hand for 1. And hips up for 2. Left leg under the bridge for pillar position, which is 3. Shift the right foot up to the kneeling is 4. Belly tight and 5. Okay, this is the last time. On the way down, left foot back to kneeling is 1. Lock this elbow out again. Point of focus on the right thumb. Left hand down into pillar. Left leg through onto the hip. And then lower all the way back down. Complete rest. And to the side. Take a break. All right, I just had a light kettlebell there I was using. So I'm going to continue with a light kettlebell here to get in a couple of deadlifts. If you were on a dumbbell, you can get your deadlifts on the dumbbell. Go ahead and get 10 deadlifts. Then you're going to take whatever object you deadlifted, and I'd like you to get in a set of somewhere between 6 and 10 Russian swings. And then take your break. If you've got something heavier, so I was just using a 30-pound dumbbell, then I'm going to move over to a 40-pound dumbbell. And for the purpose of getting my abdominal set and my hamstrings more warmed up, I'm going to go for a set of Romanian deadlifts just here on the 40-pound dumbbell. And I'm going to get 8 of these repetitions. Again, this is a high hip deadlift position. The base of your kettlebell swing is going to look more like this Romanian deadlift than it is a standard deadlift, right? As the object comes into your hips, you push the hips back and you bow or fold over at the waist. And so you can take whatever object you just Romanian deadlift. If it's a dumbbell, you can go ahead and just hold it by the head of the dumbbell and go ahead and get another 6 to 8 Russian dumbbell or kettlebell swings. And then you have a choice of what you do after this. If you have some place to hang, I want you to go over to some place and hang. So this is finding some overhead position. So you notice that if this is a Russian kettlebell swing, and if this is an American swing, we've got horizontal finish and a vertical finish, but there's all of this distance between here and here. Right? So it doesn't mean that you have to choose between this and this. In fact, my swing is going to be about right here, because as I take an American swing further up overhead, I lose sort of mid-back posture. I try and keep it, but notice that when I'm in a solid overhead position and I lose mid-back posture, I can tighten my belly, and then my kettlebell or my arms in the overhead position come down a little bit. This is my top position for the day. Now move over to your pull-up bar and hang, or you can get into a child's pose, preferably on a box or a chair, to open up and start to establish that overhead position. As I said in the preview video, we have an opportunity for somewhere between 25 and 30 swings in the warm-up today. That'll take you over the 200 swing mark for anyone that actually goes unbroken on all 3 of the sets of work today. And then after another 20 seconds here, in your hang or your child's pose, I want you to find a heavier object and go ahead and get in a couple of Russian swings, and then start to take that Russian swing up into a higher position. And what I'm going to think about every time I swing the kettlebell up is when it peaks, when it starts to come to basically a stop, a floating position, my belly is braced. So I think squeeze. I'm going to squeeze belly, squeeze glutes, and in that position, I'm going to be about this high. With the belly and the glute squeeze, I'm not going to break in this mid-back position. That's how I prevent overextension of the spine in the top of my mainly American kettlebell swing. Go ahead and find somewhere between 6 and 10 swings. Again, gradually finding a slightly higher swing. It's not an either or. It's not Russian or American. You can have a nice combination of both. Now, particularly for those of you that are going to use a heavy kettlebell today that don't want to commit to a fully vertical swing, maybe you haven't done that load for this many reps, totally vertical, that's fine. All right. Now please move over to a heavier object. And what I'm going to do is do a dumbbell snatch and do a single left arm Turkish get down, if I can call it that. And then I'm going to stand up. I'm going to get a right-handed dumbbell snatch and do a right-handed Turkish get down. So I'm limiting the amount of work that I do. Actually, if I get technical, I'm not, because I'm raising the weight and lowering it to the ground. I'm just doing it in a different way. And now I'm going to go for my 30-pound dumbbell to my 40-pound dumbbell. I feel like I'm rich here with this many dumbbells. Drive it up overhead and get in another Turkish get down on the left, pausing in my critical positions. So essentially, I've done a couple of half repetitions at 30, 40 pounds on my kettlebell, on my dumbbell, excuse me. And now I have a 45-pound dumbbell that I'm going to use for the workout. So I'm all set with my warm-up for the Turkish get-up. And to be clear, in the workout, you're going to start lying down. You're going to stand up with one side, come all the way back to lying down position. That's one rep. You're going to switch to the right arm or the other arm and then go all the way up and all the way back down. Each rep from ground to standing to ground is one rep. And if you can think about that of doing like one every 20 to 30 seconds in the 5-minute bout, you're going to get somewhere between 10 and 10 and 14 total repetitions. That is the intended goal. If you find that at some point it's really too light or really too heavy, then just switch. It doesn't matter. That's very cute, Jordan. That is not an umbrella. It's now a parasol.
I don't get it.
Okay. Anyone have a question
Yes.
about the Turkish get-up? Preguntas. All right.
What's a
That's
parasol?
A parasol?
Yeah.
Well, in Spanish, it would be parasol. So it's for the sun.
It's a sun blocker.
Oh.
Sun blocker, not a rain blocker.
Sometimes made of long, like bamboo things.
This one is made of waterproof fabric.
Nice.
Sometimes they're made of paper.
Yeah, paper.
Not
That's
good
right.
in the rain.
Like a
but-
Chinese fan.
Now move up to a kettlebell swing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a 53 pounder and I'm gonna get in 6 or 8 repetitions to round out.
Okay. Sorry, I'm listening to my workout. I made coffee, by the way.
So I have done about 26 kettlebell swings for this warm up.
So Mike, I have a question.
Yep.
So 5 minutes Turkish get-ups, and then when the 5 minutes is up, we do a max rep kettlebell swing.
That's right. Not to exceed 75 repetitions. So the way that'll work is the 5 minutes is up. I'll show you that I already put my my lines right here. So this is where I'm going to write my number of Turkish get-ups. And in that point, we're going to rest for no more than a minute because if you could imagine 10, 14 Turkish get-ups are tiring, but your heart rate is not going to be going at 150 beats a minute. It'll be up there, but a 30-second break that takes you to write it down, to get a quick drink, and more importantly, we'll say most importantly, to get mentally fired up to say, I'm going to pick this up off the ground, and I'm not going to put it down until I get 75 reps. It's just like a 30-second to 1 minute break. Once you put the kettlebell down, not allowed to pick back up. You're done until you do 4 minutes of Turkish get-ups, right? So the goal is unbroken as many as you can get, not to exceed 75 repetitions. That means this is just as much of a mental effort as it is a physical. I won't say that it's 100% mental, but I will say it's like 92% mental and 76% physical, which adds up to some number.
Yeah.
And the reason that you're not allowed to do more is because if I want you to get 75 in sets of 12, then that's a workout that we do later for 3 rounds of time, right? Or 3 rounds 4 time. This is, I'm not going to put this thing down. And it's going to take some interesting level of focus and concentration. And again, you can associate with the struggle by, I'm going to do it, or you can go to a tropical island and drink pina coladas while you're swinging the kettlebell. The only problem with disassociating is it's likely that you could lose your count. So don't lose count.
And then are you gathering us all back together for the round of 4 minutes?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll start the 4 minutes together.
Okay.
The only thing you need to do when you put the kettlebell down and write the number 52 on the board is think, shit, all I would have had to do is do 23 more. And instead of cheering on Pam, who's going to finish, obviously, the 75 reps, I too could be as off as whoever it is that finishes 75. So since comparisons to other people don't mean so much, unless the job interview is down to 2 people and it's either you or them, then just do what you can do.
Can you put this on your resume? Completed 75
Yeah.
unbroken kettlebell swings.
Yep.
A lot of
You
pressure.
can. I've
Completing
seen
a bunch of TGUs.
And so if you only
All
get
right, so
60, you have to stop, right?
Stop.
So if you don't complete the 75 and you get to 60, you stop, right? When you stop, you stop.
Yep.
Okay.
Stop and cease.
Okay.
You'll notice that I'm walking over to the clock. I have my 45-pound dumbbell set up right here. I'm going to try to not slip in my own juices, which will pool right here on the ground.
What
We
are,
have a
what are you
10-second
swinging, Mike?
countdown.
Mike,
Yep.
what are you swinging?
Go. What's that, Jordan?
What are you swinging?
A 53-pound kettlebell. Okay, since very few people started, ready, go. We are in 5 minutes. I'm swinging a 53-pound kettlebell. And my goal is to get 10 reps, although I'm 30 seconds behind. Remind yourself that one arm is the even side and one arm is the odd side. And that will help you count repetitions. Left is the even. And so I'm doing repetition number 4 right now. Find your short breaks in those positions of support. Pillar is a really good spot. So I've got 5. I'm going to take a 15-second break and go right back up for number 6. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. All right, final minute. I'm gonna go for one more on each side. All right, and rest. Or finish that rep if you're still moving. Shake out the arms.
My hands are so sweaty.
The hips, the legs, bounce. Get a couple squats. All right.
I need to grab my computer charger.
Got it. Okay. So that's about a minute break. Here we go. Set that number you're going to get to in your mind and get to it. Start whenever you're ready. And when you're done, come along to cheer other people on so we can have as many finish as possible. 75 reps. $25. Woo, good job.
Keep swinging, everyone.
Nice.
You can do it. Don't let it go.
Ooh, nice one, Kristen. Yeah.
Here, Mike.
All right, Mike. Phew. I think my arms got like 3 inches longer.
Yeah, buddy.
They got what, Pam?
Like 3 inches longer. Knuckle dragging now.
Gosh, at about 44, I got so negative. All right. So write that number down.
Can't hold on to anything.
Oh, my hands are like so sweaty.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So the only thing I could think of when I hit 60 is what the round of 60 is going to feel like. I stopped thinking about round 1 and started projecting to round 2. So let me ask you this. Did anyone just all of a sudden find that the kettlebell was sitting on the ground and you thought to yourself, I didn't stop? That has happened so many times where maybe I'm on the pull-up bar and I think, okay, I'm going to get in 10 pull-ups. And all of a sudden I'm standing on the ground. I'm like, I only got 3. What changed? I think all right, we are at, will anyone not be ready in 30 seconds? So we're going to start in 30 seconds. So let's try and time this. So at minimum, you get 1 rep every 30 seconds. And keep in mind that today, the point of focus for unbroken should be directed to the kettlebell swings. So if you need to take some breaks in the Turkish get-up, do it. You're using a lot of energy. Ready, go. You're using a lot of mental energy on those kettlebell swings. And so for that reason, try not to even think about kettlebell swings right now. Just enjoy getting up and getting down. Okay, we have a minute and 10 seconds to go. Final 45 seconds. Here we go, all the way up and all the way down. And rest. So let's try and get this started in 30 seconds at about the top of the minute. I'm going to open up the phone lines and I'm going to ask, what is your goal number this time? What are you going to hit no matter what? Andy.
32.
Okay, Kim.
50.
All right, Jenny.
50.
Pam.
She's throwing up.
Kristen.
40,
60.
sorry.
Nice, Kristen.
I have a light kettlebell.
Jordan.
50.
Okay. I think I swallowed a bug. All right, here we go. Hit your number, and if you surprise yourself, do a couple more reps. All right, keep it up, Marcia. Here we go, Kristen. Way to go. Marcia and Christian, still going. Way to go. Did anyone hit all 60? All right, Jenny got it. Kim got it.
Pam got it.
Yes.
Did Pam get it?
No.
No, Kim got it.
How about Kristen?
Yes.
Good job.
All right. So who hit at least the number that they shot for? Andy got his 32. Pam got hers.
47.
I have to be honest, I didn't set a number. So that I think kind of messed me up. I went in thinking I had to get all of them and I should have not. I only got 40. Would you get Jordan?
The last 5 reps were like fingertip. I
Yeah.
didn't feel so safe.
And 10 repetitions in, I realized that on the first break, I was going to tell you not to drop the kettlebell on your head.
Yeah.
Just so that I said it, not so that you would do anything differently, just so that I said it out loud.
This
All right,
time
let's
I
do
have to face into my yard. So if I launch it into the yard, not into our patio doors.
Oh my God, that would be fierce.
I'm doing mine outside too. Same.
Yeah.
It's surprising that it does not go very far. All right, in 15 seconds, we're going to get our last 3 minutes of Turkish get-ups. I'm going to go for 6.
Are they there? Oh, okay.
Here you go.
All right, go watch out. I'm using this barbell thing.
Beware, I left the volume on. While we're halfway into this, 90 more seconds.
Yeah, don't distract me. Bye.
Good for you.
I am. It's right behind you. A little more. Bye.
And rest.
Yeah. Oh my God, Bill. Whoa.
Mike, I gotta go. Aria's got school, but what is the last number of rings I have to do?
45.
Okay, I will do that.
45.
I'll write in the chat what I've got so far.
Okay, great. Bye, Aria. Bye, Jenny.
Bye.
All right.
Is it 10 burpees for every rep short of 45 for Jenny?
Don't worry, I won't be short.
Oh, that's what I like.
Yeah, I'm still working out. Okay.
All right. I'm going to keep the volume on, and you yell out every 5 reps. 5, 10, 15, etc. Are you ready? Oh, put it down. Whenever you're ready. Five.
5.
10.
10.
10.
15.
15.
15. 16. 17.
20.
18. 20. 21.
25.
25.
25.
30.
30. 35. 40. 45.
My goodness.
Oh. That was really hard. Really hard. Really hard.
Ugh.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Good job, Jordan.
Is anyone nauseous like 7 reps into that?
Ooh.
No,
5 into it.
but I couldn't sweat off of my hands. Like,
I don't have like sweaty hands. That never affects me.
well, it's also like direct sunlight here.
Damn, Jordan.
Yep.
Phew.
Good job,
All
Pam.
right, everyone.
Yeah.
Wow, good job, Pam. It's a heavy dumbbell.
So the idea on the cool down today, just to bring the knees into the chest, maybe get some rock and rolls, is just to try and find a restful place for the lower back after all of that hinging. A nice cobra followed by holding the knees to the chest is a good way to end up today. I'm going to stop the recording.